You're trying to figure out how to sell on Shopify, but you got no idea where to start. You're staring at a blank store page, wondering what to click, how to design it, or even which products to add. And without a clear plan, you're gonna risk wasting days guessing your way through it without ever actually launching. Over the past 5 years, I built multiple 7-figure Shopify stores. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact setup that I use if I were starting from scratch today. And by the end, you'll learn how to launch your store, connect your products, and to design it fast with zero coding required so you can finally get your business off the ground. Alright, first we need to clear up one misconception almost every beginner has about Shopify. Look, a lot of people think Shopify is only for one type of seller. They think it's only for clothing brands, people who already have products, or big companies who already have these huge budgets. And because of that, most beginners assume, I don't fit that category, so why even bother? But the truth is the complete opposite. Shopify works for physical products, digital products, subscriptions, personal brands, local shops, and even full-scale global companies. So no, it's not limited to one niche or one type of entrepreneur. It's a platform that powers all of them. I mean, look at the companies that build their entire businesses on Shopify. You got Gymshark, who literally started as a small dropshipping operation in a garage and grew into a billion-dollar brand using this platform. Chamberlain Coffee, a brand that runs everything through Shopify, from the in-person storefronts to every single online order. Look, the list goes on and on, but the point is, Shopify supports every kind of brand. Big, small, physical, digital, all of it. So if there's one thing that you can take away from this video, it's that Shopify is built so that anyone can create a business, beginners included, where the only thing left to figure out now is the part that everyone gets stuck on, building the store itself. So let's talk about why this step feels so impossible for beginners. Imagine sitting in front of a blank canvas and being told, all right, start by selecting your base layout, configure your global typography settings, update your primary and secondary color palettes, and optimize your mobile viewpoint. Yeah, not exactly beginner friendly. You click around trying to fix one thing, and then suddenly 3 other things need fixing, where your store ends up looking nothing like a real brand, and you don't know if it's you, the theme, or the tutorial that you're following. Listen, it's not that Shopify is hard. It's just that starting from zero makes every step feel 10 times heavier than it should. So let me go and show you how to actually set things up so you're not overwhelmed before you even start building. Because believe it or not, there is a way to do this that doesn't feel like starting from scratch. So to start, we're gonna be using my 100% free AI store builder. And it uses AI to build a part that most beginners struggle with, the actual store foundation, so you don't have to. And if you wanna follow along in real time, I put a link in the description that walks you through the exact same process I'm using, step by step. And it even creates your Shopify account automatically for you. That way, you're knocking out 2 things at once, and it just makes this whole beginning process way easier. Now let me go and show you how easy it is. So once you hit that link, it's gonna take you straight to this page right here. Now all you're gonna do is hit build my free store, and then you're gonna land on this screen where you're gonna wanna enter your first name, email, and then go ahead and create your password. Click next, and then now you're choosing the niche. As you can see, there's fashion, pets, electronics, home, sports, or if you really don't know yet, then just go ahead and click I'm not sure. And look, you don't have to overthink this. You can always come back and update it once you dial in on your product, which we will get into later in this video. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose I'm not sure, hit done, and then now this is where we're gonna select our banners for our store. And again, these are just placeholders for now. You can actually fully customize all of this later. So once you have those selected and you hit done, this is where we're gonna be able to finally create our actual Shopify account. So right here, we got a simple 4-step process that gets your Shopify account live and connected to the store that the AI is building for us. So once you hit Access Shopify, it's gonna take you directly to this page. Now all you need to do is just type in your email to unlock the free trial. And then after that, it's only $1 a month for your first 3 months versus the $39 a month price tag that it usually costs to go ahead and start. That means that you're saving over $100 in your first 3 months just by doing it this way. And as a beginner, saving that type of upfront cost makes a huge difference overall. So from here, it's just gonna run you through a few quick questions so it can set up your store for what you're actually selling or planning to sell. So if you're running an online business, hit online business. And if it's an in-person storefront, you'll go ahead and hit that and so on. So right here for products that we're selling, I'm gonna go ahead and pick dropshipping products. Because for those of you who don't know, that's the model that I built most of my experience with. And it's how I've been able to build multiple 6- and 7-figure stores. But we'll get into that a little bit later on. So from here, this is where we're gonna go ahead and choose our plan. And look, as a beginner, all you really need is the basic plan, as it gives you everything that you need to start selling without having to pay for features that you won't even know how to use yet. Now, once your store is fully connected to Shopify, this is where you can finally see everything come together, where you got a complete store built in minutes. And because we selected the I'm not sure, it's giving us a broad, flexible layout to start with. And you're gonna notice right here that it automatically filled the store with a few placeholder products so you can see how everything is structured. But let's say that these aren't the products that you wanna sell. Or maybe you wanna add products without needing to buy inventory up front. Well, here's the good news. You can change all of this in only a matter of minutes. Let me go ahead and break it all down for you. Now look, before we add or change anything on the store, we need to talk about what actually makes a good product in the first place. Because whether you're selling your own product or you're using a no inventory model like dropshipping, the rules for a winning product are always going to be the exact same. And one of the strongest signals that you can look for is through engagement. Most beginners, I'm telling you, will mess this part up completely, where they choose products based off of what looks cool, what they personally like, or worse, whatever they see someone else selling and assume that it will work for them too. And then when the store gets 0 sales, they assume, oh, Shopify doesn't work. But what they're really missing is this. Real buyers are showing you what they want, especially on platforms like TikTok, where they're liking, they're commenting, and they're sharing the exact products that they're ready to buy. Where those signals tell you way more than any personal instinct or interest ever will. The problem is actually tracking all of that manually. It is not realistic for beginners. So to make this simple, I'm using AutoDS because they just dropped a brand new product research tool that we actually had a direct hand here at Supreme Ecommerce building, which is the TikTok Analytics tab. So let me go and show you how it works. So when you open up the TikTok Analytics tool, the first thing that you're gonna notice is a full feed of products that are currently performing well on TikTok Shop. Now up here on the top, you're gonna have your filters. Categories like sports and fitness, outdoors, electronics, toys, and a whole lot more. Now for this walkthrough, I'm gonna keep it on all categories, and I'm gonna set the time window for the last 7 days. That's what's gonna give you the most accurate snapshot of what is working right now. And as you scroll, you can easily see the store selling it, the category, the trend graph, all laid out clearly, so even a beginner can clearly make a decision based off of data and not their own personal guesses. And you're gonna see a mix of all kinds of different items in here. But honestly, the one that is really jumping out to me is this one right here, the Guru Nanda whitening strips. Right here, I mean, you can see that it has over 5.1 million total units sold. But just to be clear, that's across everything that the brand sells on TikTok Shop, not just these specific whitening strips. If you wanna know how much a specific product has contributed to that number, just all you have to do right now is just scroll over, and then right here are the real 7-day stats for this item alone, where it's clearly done 36,100 units sold in the last week, which adds up to a little over $314,000 in revenue. Slide over one more column and you're gonna see the all-time numbers, which as you can see is 1.1 million units sold, with close to $8 million generated from this exact product. So if this brand alone has over 5 million units sold, and this single product is responsible for 1 million of them, yeah, it's clearly one of their heavy hitters. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive a little bit more deeper into it and go ahead and open it up. Now inside this product page, AutoDS is gonna give you a full breakdown right at the top, almost like a scorecard, where it's showing you that the whitening strip is the 5th best-selling product in the US right now, and 3rd in the entire beauty and personal care category. So even in a saturated niche, it's completely dominating. Now, if you scroll down a little, you're gonna see how many affiliates and creators are still pushing it today. Thousands of people are actively promoting the same item because this product is still converting well, which is exactly what you wanna see. Now, right under that, you're gonna get the 7-day and the 30-day sales charts. Now listen, you do not need to overthink these. You're just checking for consistency and movement. Here, the 7-day chart dips just a little bit on the weekend, and then it climbs up again during the week, which is super normal. And the 30-day chart shows a nice steady climb, which tells you that the demand is not slowing down and it's not just a one-off hit. Scroll down a little bit further and you're gonna hit one of the best parts. Every TikTok Shop video that is promoting this exact item. And just like the filters you saw earlier, you can filter here as well, as AutoDS will sort them by most views, most likes, and most comments. So you can instantly see what angles are actually driving results. And whenever you're looking through all these videos and the engagement that you're seeing, this is where you find creative inspiration. Maybe the top video is using a strong reaction angle. Maybe another one is using a transformation clip. Maybe another is just a straight demo shot. Whatever the winning formula is, you don't have to guess, because AutoDS lays it all out for you. And honestly, this is where beginners really start to win, because instead of spending weeks testing random ideas, this tool is going to give you what is selling, the exact creatives that are pushing it, and the exact angles that are working today. It's everything that you need to make smart decisions without wasting time or money. And now that you know how to actually find a product the right way, let's continue to take it a step further. AutoDS has another feature that lets you generate a complete product page with literally one click. So let me go and show you exactly how to use that, and I'll use the product that I just pulled up directly from the TikTok Analytics tool. So right here we got a heated hoodie, the kind of product that blows up every single winter, and it's not just the engagement that makes it strong. It solves a real everyday problem, which is staying warm fast without having to bundle up. Now this is where AutoDS's AI product generator comes in, and honestly, this is one of the biggest upgrades that beginners could ever ask for. Because think about it, the AI store builder gives us the structure, the shell of the site, and the layout. But this tool, this takes a product that we found, builds the entire product page, and plugs it directly into our Shopify store with one single click. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So now that we're back on this screen, I'm gonna go ahead and hit generate product page with AI. Now you're gonna start off with a set of free credits when you first sign up, but I'm gonna go ahead and load a few extras so that you can see the full process from start to finish. Now from here, AutoDS is gonna handle the rest. It writes the product title, the description, the features, all of it, in a format that is clean, structured, and actually designed to convert. You can even choose a tone that you want your brand to speak in. Professional, social media style, simple, whatever direction that you see this business going. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it clean and professional for now. And then once everything looks good, I just hit save and import, and then AutoDS pushes the entire product page directly into our Shopify store. So let's validate this together. Head back into Shopify and see what it created. And now look, our heated hoodie is now fully imported. Images, offers, reviews, sizing information, a real product page that is ready to be shaped into an actual brand. All done in one single click with the help of AI. So now that the product is plugged into Shopify, it is time to turn this into a real store. Colors, logos, homepage, everything. And we're gonna get this all done in only a couple minutes. And don't freak out, all right? This isn't where you need to be a designer, a coder, hire someone, or spend hours choosing fonts. You just need a structure to follow. And you know I got you. I'm gonna walk you through it all step by step. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna be doing is making the homepage match the product that we just imported. Right now, it still looks a little bit default in general, so we're gonna be rebuilding it around the heated hoodie. And since we're in the winter time, we're gonna go and use that season to our advantage. So up here at the top banner, I'm replacing this generic background with something that actually fits the brand. And I personally always use Pexels for this because it's free, it gives high quality photos that don't look like cheap stock images. So up here, I'll just simply search winter, grab something that catches my eye, and then just go ahead and upload it. And almost instantly, you can see that the store feels like it was built for this product, not just holding it. Right here, we can now adjust the opacity a bit so that the text still pops up. Now we're gonna go ahead and click save, and then done. Now our next focus here is going to be with our logo. And again, thanks to AI, you don't need Photoshop for this. I opened up ChatGPT and I just asked it for a brand name and ideas based off a heated hoodie, plus winter, plus performance. And the one that stood out to me the most was Summit Nova. It's simple, it's brandable, and it fits the product. And guess what? I didn't even have to spend any energy or effort trying to figure that out. So now that I had that name, I just jumped into Canva's AI logo generator, typed in the name, and then I just let this thing cook. Now this one right here felt like an outdoors brand, so I saved it and uploaded it into Shopify. Doing the same thing for the favicon. This is that small tab icon so that your store looks legit from day one. And now that we have a brand name and a logo, all we have to do is now put it together and match the colors. So I went back into Canva, grabbed the exact blue and orange hex codes from the logo, and then I applied those inside Shopify to the buttons, the links, the accents, the header, everywhere that I needed to. And look, let me be the first one to tell you, I promise you guys, you don't need 7 colors. You just need 2 main colors plus white or black for contrast. Now that we have that set, let's go ahead and jump into the headline. Now we wanna go ahead and replace the default text with something that is clear and product driven. So I went with heat for every summit because I feel like that's short, memorable, and is tied directly to the benefit of the product. Now below that, I'm gonna remove all these filler sections that we don't need, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the mission statement instead. Again, generated in seconds through ChatGPT, so the brand doesn't feel like a random dropshipping site. And by the way, every single prompt that I'm using for the name, the logo, and the mission statement with AI, I have them all in the description down below. So you can literally just copy them and use them to build out your own store. Now, right under that mission statement, I'm gonna go ahead and add the featured product section and select the heated hoodie. Then once that's done, we can finally zoom out and preview the store the way that a customer would see it. Where you can see we got our seasonal banner, brand match colors, a logo plus our tagline, mission statement, and our featured product section. And the product page, it's already generated by AutoDS. All we need to do is just tweak the price, turn on inventory, and tighten up the screws so that it's built to convert from day one. So think about what we just did. In under an hour, we built what usually takes beginners days, even sometimes weeks, and hundreds of dollars to figure out to be all completed in only a couple minutes. So by now you have a real brand, a clean homepage, a full product page, all done without touching code or hiring anyone, which means that the step that most beginners get stuck on, is now already handled. So now you know how to set everything up. You've seen how to find a great winning product, how to import it, and how to turn your store into an actual brand that people trust. But here's the part that nobody prepares you for. What if you still have no idea what kind of online business that you want to run? You just know that you want to start one. And I get it, because once you start watching videos on e-commerce, it gets overwhelming fast. You've got print on demand, digital products, subscriptions, and about 10 more business models that everyone claims is the best. So you're sitting there like, okay, but which one is actually built for beginners? And look, I've had students over the last 5 years who are in that exact same spot. They've heard about all these different online businesses, and they wanted one that they could start fast, without needing inventory, without needing a big budget, and with the potential to scale way past what they ever thought was even possible. And once I saw how dropshipping let them launch fast, test products easily, and run everything from their laptop, no inventory stacking to the ceiling, no shipping labels, none of that hassle, that's when it finally clicked. I mean, it's the first model that led me to generating over $10 million online. And without it, I wouldn't have learned the skills to be where I'm at today. And not just for me, but for my entire family. How we live, how we spend our time, the freedom to say yes to things that we used to only dream about. All of that came from this. That's that real win. And it's why I'm all in on helping others do the exact same. Watching my students around the world launch their first store, hit their first sale, and finally believe that this is possible for them, that's what drives me now. Because once you felt that shift, you will never forget it. And it all started with just choosing the right model. The simplest, beginner-friendly business that you can run on Shopify, hands down, is dropshipping. So if you want to know how to start it the right way, with a clean, step-by-step breakdown designed specifically for beginners, then go ahead and click on this next video of how to start Shopify dropshipping in 2026, where I'll show you exactly how to go from day one to running real ads that convert. The same method that I used to take this new store that I just started from zero to over $100,000 in 30 days. We cover product setup, campaign strategy, the type of creatives that are actually working right now, and how you can launch your first test with less than $100. So if you're serious about starting, or you want more insights on how to start, then that's where you go next. And even if this is your very first time hearing the word dropshipping, this video is built for you. And just to make it even easier, I'm gonna leave you with a private cheat sheet with this month's top 10 winning products. So you can walk into this video with real data-driven products and not guesses. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who are following along. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.